Good morning, brothers, and the occasional sister. I'm going to keep this very short this morning. It's not going to be a long video. It's Sunday morning. I've had my cup of coffee. I haven't walked the dogs yet. I've got my clothes on. Obviously, I'm not naked in front of you. Well, when I say I got my clothes on, I've got my clothes on to go outside and do some stuff. Want to go and collect some crabs this morning. Went out yesterday, got a wet ass, got two for a whole 2.5 hours of work. So I'm going to go out and try it again because I need crabs to catch rig. Anyway, that all aside, I want to talk very briefly about our voice, about who we are, what we say, and what we do. And as a YouTuber, a lot of stuff that I do is to try to keep things engaging. So you're still listening, so you're still with me. But on that, got to be so careful I don't get caught up in trying to please the algorithm. The algorithm wants you to watch longer and the content to be better and interesting and engaging and stretch it out more. And the more watch time that a YouTuber gets, the better he does. The trouble with that is that it tends to make you not be who you really are. And there's the trick. To keep on saying what you're saying and mean what you're saying without trying to say something that you think people are going to want to hear and keep listening. The trick is to be yourself, and that's not easy. And consequently, I'm not really high up in the algorithm compared to what other channels are that always are doing flash, changing everything, making it to keep you engaged. Simply because I think if I do this, I won't be my authentic self, and I'll lose my authenticity is the word I'm trying to find. Now, the same applies to you and everybody else. We have a world around us, that's your internet, and often we're trying to do stuff to keep that happy, to keep that algorithm engaged in us so we are still valid. But I think that's not the way to go. I think that being authentic, being who you are, being honest and having integrity and leading by example and listening to your conscious mind and going, is this really good? Are my intentions behind what I'm saying really honourable? Is this really of value to somebody else? I think that's much more important than bang. Yes, I make videos that are engaging, that hunting and fishing and cooking on my other channel, which I know people will enjoy. But that's what I do anyway, and I keep them pretty real. Now, I am guilty of trying to please the algorithm. I am guilty of looking at, oh, that video did well, I'll do that again. But one thing I never do is I don't just live my life to make videos. And that is so easy to get caught up in with YouTube. I'll do this because it'll go well. I film what I've always done. And a lot of things I've always done are plain stupid and interesting to a lot of people. And that's why I'm not a big YouTuber. But that's okay because that is sustainable. I can keep on doing it day after day and enjoy what I'm doing. And I'll say this, whether you're a YouTuber or whatever you're doing in life, if you don't do what you're really passionate about and you really love, it won't be sustainable. And that also applies to your job. Now, we're changing in New Zealand right now. There's these mandated vaccine passports. You've got to have them to work in certain places. Like both of my kids are having to get the passport so they can do their job. And personally, I think that's wrong. I think nobody should be forced into something just to keep working. I think that should be a right to work. And this is changing the nature of people's choices of being able to do what they're passionate about. Both my children are passionate about kayaking. My daughter has done 2 years in an outdoor education course, Dayla, at learning how to be a kayak instructor and all the other things, mountain climbing. There's nothing better she likes to be on the top of a mountain in a snow cave with a rifle and camping out in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. That's her life. She loves it. She's just done the Perth River Grade 5. Absolutely the most scary river you could do. And my son's the same. Right now he's in Murchison kayaking with her. That's what they love and that's their work. So they had to get the vaccine passport to do that. And had they not done that and they said, well, I don't want this vaccine for one reason or another. I mean, they haven't, but if they had that, they wouldn't be able to do their work. So that's why I think that there's wrong. And that's where control comes in. And we are controlled so much by so many things. And that is also part of life. There's certain laws we have to abide by. And I get that. But the laws that we don't have to abide by are the ones within ourselves where we think we've got to please everybody all the time. I'm pretty passionate about this because I do it for a job. YouTube is the only way that I pay the bills. It's the only way that I've got this bit of dirt here and I can keep feeding the dogs and the chickens and go out fishing. It's the only thing I've got left. I used to be a professional musician and I stuffed my arm in a hunting accident, this shoulder. I went this because I've just recently stuffed this one. So being a YouTuber also is my income. that sustains me. It's my work, and we've all got to make a living to live. And a lot of what I do goes back into the community. I put into a lot of projects and things around to help other people, and it floats just like it stays up. So I'm aware that if I don't please the algorithm, I'll lose patrons, or I'll lose subscribers, or I'll lose people that listen to my music when it gets streamed. I'm aware of that, but still I managed to get by. Which is really, really interesting, I think. I think it's really amazing, because I'm not like looking any different to anybody else. I just wear old hunting clothes, and I haven't got lots of bling hanging off me, or tattoos, or my hair dyed. Well, I don't have my fucking hair to dye, have I? Or some sort of image. I don't create anything that's different. Sometimes I've got a bit of a beard here in the summer. I shave it because it gets too hot when you're out in the boat and that. But there's nothing that I do really that's like to make myself appear interesting or different. I just am my normal self, which is often very pitted, lots of warts and all, lots of things that aren't fantastic. Those sorts of stories, I keep them to the people that actually do pay me, because they are quite embarrassing and sometimes a little bit humiliating. But I figure everybody has things that go a little bit wrong, and I don't think I'm any different. A lot of the big channels, that are really successful channels that please the algorithm, they cut everything out and just show the highlights, and those guys do really well. And I'm aware of that too. I don't do that. I recently posted a video where my dog Bigsy, who's a pig dog, caught a deer in a creek, and my friend Simon said to me, don't post it, man. It's not good. You pig hunters, you don't want to catch a deer with your dog. They're designed for chasing pig, and you're supposed to stop proof them against everything else. And Bigsy, being a pup, caught a deer in the creek, and because I had no meat hardy in the freezer, I actually couldn't hide my excitement and happiness, even though it's wrong. And Bigsy picks that up, and I'm sure the audience picked it up, and other pig hunters probably picked it up. This is wrong, man, but that's how I am, and like I can't change that, so I showed it. And the video did okay. We didn't lose any subscribers, I don't think. I thought it was quite a funny video, but not what you'd normally post on a channel that has pig hunting on it and tries to help people with how to become a better pig hunter. So all these things really come down to the message today, and I was going to keep this short, and I've already talked for 7 minutes, is be yourself, forget about what others think. What they think really isn't any business of yours, how they process you. Most of the time, I can tell you this right now, they're not even thinking about you. They don't care about you. They're all busy thinking about their own shit. So forget about them, be who you are today, and it can work. I'm living proof of it. Yep, warts and all, rough around the edges. I think that's it. That's all I wanted to say. There's nothing else I can add to that. I remember Josh James saying to me when I was away with him, it was in 2017, during the Raw, and we're away up a place called the Lizard, in the middle of nowhere, and I said to him, he's a fantastic YouTuber, Josh. I said, mate, can we share an idea between each other? Could you give me one piece of advice, and I could give you one piece of advice? And we both swapped on advice, and neither of us listened to the other person. His piece of advice was to stop swearing, because the algorithm hates that. He said, you got to stop swearing. Yeah, you got to stop that. I don't think I stopped at all. And then my advice to him was, you need to make your endings of your videos different, because they suddenly just end. And he's never listened to that. And we both succeeded. So a bit of useless information for you. Anyway, punch out the day. Go steady, and I'll see you in the next Bro Check Club video. See you later. Right, time to walk dogs.